G'day and welcome to another video. In today's lesson we will learn how to make this really cute and easy headband. This headband is great for man or lady and you can decorate it with any sort of applique that you like. They look great with flowers. There's even a car applique that I have which I think would look really cute for boys. Great in the snow or in the cold windy weather to keep that wind out of your ears. Here is one of the flowers that I've made and I will put the link for that video tutorial in the description box. Excuse the yarn needle I have sticking out of poor Miss Polly's head. I haven't sewn this onto this one yet. I haven't decided what flower I want to use, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with this one. So I hope you enjoy this video. So let's get started on the lesson. There is a free written pattern for the headband and also the flower. The yarn that we've used in this project is from redheart.com. Redheart.com is a fantastic place to buy yarn. It is also great for inspiration on colour and also for your next project. For our supplies, we're going to need some yarn. I'm using Red Heart Super Saver. This is a worsted weight or 10 ply yarn, but this project can also work in 8 ply or double knit yarn. You're going to need a crochet hook recommended for your yarn. It recommends a 5.5 for the yarn, but I actually have loose tension, so I will be using a 5mm or a size 8 crochet hook. If you're using 8 ply or double knit, I would recommend the yarn that is recommended for that, which is normally a 4 or a size G, or the crochet hook that you normally use. We're going to need a yarn needle with a large eye, a pair of scissors, and we can start. If you're making it for yourself, it is going to be very easy to make it the right size. If you're making it for someone else, I do have head size charts on my website. I will put the links that you need for that. It's a document so you can print it off and keep it handy. It's also located on the website so you can just click and check it out on there as well. So we're going to start with a slip knot. You can do this any way you like. Oh, look at that, my yarn matches my crochet hook. I originally planned to do this headband in a double crochet stitch, but I don't like how it always leaves the holes on the end. And this is a worsted weight yarn and I'm using a 5mm or a H size hook and it's still really loose. I do have loose tension, but I just didn't like how it was looking and I didn't like the holes, so I changed my mind. You can still try this way. You may have a different way of doing your ends and yeah, you can go with that. But I've actually made this one using half double crochet. It's a lot tighter stitch. It's better for the winter. There's no big holes on the end. And yeah, I'm a lot more happy with that one. So I'll show you how to do this one. I've already filmed this video tutorial already, but I'm going to redo it so that, yeah, I just don't like the look of that. So see you later. I'm going to just pull all that out. And I'm going to show you the way that I did that headband there. You're going to start with a slip knot and you're going to make your chain the width that you want your headband. And then you are going to lose 2 stitches on the end, so if you want it to be that exact width, then add 2 stitches on the end. Now for the half double crochet, we go to the 3rd chain from the crochet hook, we yarn over and we go into the 3rd chain. Do not count the one that's on your crochet hook. Number 1, number 2, number 3. If you wanted to use a double crochet, you go into the 4th stitch from the end. And if you wanted to use a single crochet, you would go into the 2nd chain from the end. So it's working all the way across with a half double crochet. If you want yours to be more ribbed, you can work the next lot of rows in the back stitch only, or the front stitch only, and that gives you a ribbed effect. So go all the way to the end and don't forget to do your last chain. And if this curls over like that, or it curls around, that's okay, because it's just our first row, so that's fine. So we chain 1, and I do not count that as a stitch, and I actually half double crochet in the first stitch in there. So normally you might chain 2 and go in the second stitch over here, but I actually go in here and work my half double crochet. And then I work all the way across. And the first chain on that row then, it doesn't count as a stitch. So when we come back across and working our stitch, we only work into the half double crochet at the end and not the chain 1 at the end. Most times you can't actually see the chain 1, so kind of disappears. Okay, so when we get to the end of this row, we've got the turning chain that we did, the chains that we skipped over, so we're going to crochet into there. Want to try and go under 2 loops and then work your stitch. You're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to repeat this for the remainder of our project. If you want to go into the front loops, I can't get it to work. You can go into the front loops and stick with that the whole project. You could go into the back loops and do that for the whole project. And you can even go under, see how there's the 2 loops on the top there, but there's also a loop here at the front. You can also work under there. You can get all different effects, but I'm just going to work a plain half double crochet. And I'm going to work across, and I'm just going to show you what happens when we get to the end. Like I said, how the chain 1 kind of disappears. And you don't want to miss the end stitch or the beginning one, otherwise your project's going to get smaller. We don't want that. So coming along, you can see that there's this bit sticking out, and that is your last stitch that you want to crochet into. It is the top of the half double crochet. The chain 1 is just on the side here. That's the chain 1. So it's actually on the side of our work where we're working into the top here. So going here, going under the loops. Hang on, I've split the yarn there. So going under both loops, pull through and work your stitch. And we're going to repeat that for the remainder of the headband. I would suggest counting the stitches that you've got across. Remember that first one when we did the chain 1's counted as 1, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then you're going to make sure every couple of rows, that you've got that same amount of stitches. So when you have your headband long enough, what we're going to do is stitch it together. You could crochet it together if you prefer. If you don't know what size to make yours, let's just say it's not for you. I mean, it's making it for yourself, it's pretty easy. I do have head size charts on my website, and it's in a document form, so you can actually print it off and keep it. That's what I do. It's not where I'm sitting right now, it's in another location in the house where I always like to sit and crochet, and it comes in handy if you're making hats or headbands. So now we're going to stitch the ends together. So I'm just going to be going under the loops on both pieces. And this is called a whip stitch because we're just whipping it together, I guess. We're just going through. Just want to make sure your loops don't get caught there. Don't pull it too tight, otherwise it will make it gather together. But we're going to work all the way down until we get to the other end. I'm just about to do my last stitch, and I'm going to put my yarn needle through the loop that I've created, and then I'm just going to pull that tight, and that is going to make sure that yarn is secured off. If you've got like a little step there, so you could actually fix that as well. And just fix that up there. And then we're just going to sew in our ends. And to sew in our ends, we just grab our yarn needle and we weave it underneath the stitches. Oh, and I can see I've missed a stitch there at the beginning, so I can actually do that right now. So I'm going to secure that off here, because if I pull that tight, it's going to gather that together and I don't want it to. So secure that off there, and then I can secure that together, and that will just nicely make that so it continues across instead of having a jump. I'm just going to secure it off again. And also sew that back through. And then you're going to sew in any other ends that we need to do. So I've got my starting tail. So I have a flower that I made, and this is one that buttons onto projects, and I will put the link that you need. I'm just grabbing a button. I will put the link that you need for that flower in the description box. And just get a button. You might need some thread because my yarn needle is not going to fit through those holes. You're going to need some thread and a sewing needle rather than the big chunky yarn needles. And you sew your button on. And then this can actually button on. So it's not going to work because there's no button there. But it actually buttons onto your headband. And then you can make as many colours as you want with your flower. And then you can change your flower depending on what you want your headband to look like. There's also another flower I've just made which I'm totally in love with. It's probably the wrong colour to put on my headband because it disappears because these two rounds are the same. It still looks really cute though. Maybe that is the flower that I'll add. Not sure yet. I'm going to see what they both look like. But like I said for the other one, I will put a link for this one as well in the description box. I quite like this flower. I like how it's bigger than the headband. I think, even though it is the same colour. Here I am talking out loud. I think I might prefer the bigger flower on there. But anyway, like I said, that's an idea for you guys. All the links that you need will be in the description box. I hope you enjoyed, yeah, definitely going with this flower. I hope you enjoyed that video. It was a nice, quick and easy project, great for using up small amounts of yarn. Please share your creation on my Facebook and Google Plus page. I love to see what everyone gets up to and the colours that you choose and the way that you change up patterns as well and use it just for inspiration. I really do enjoy seeing everything you create. Please subscribe as there will always be plenty more videos to come. We have 2 video tutorials every single week. Thank you for watching, and until next time, happy crochet. You could also add flowers to the side or any application that you like. Application, that's not right.